Welcome you absolute legends, I am Former Phrase, I am Pete, I am back, and today I'm going over 10 fragrances that initially when I first smelled them, I didn't like them. I'm going to be frankly honest, I did not like them. But over time, I've gradually come to like them, and some of them I absolutely love. So these are 10 fragrances. The initial start with them, I was like, nah, not for me. But I think give fragrances some time, work with them, sample them, and keep going back to it every once in a while. If you've got a little sample, maybe with 10ml, every once in a while just dabble in it again. See how you feel about it. Because over time our tastes change and our perception of what fragrances are should be do change. So these are 10 fragrances we're going to talk about. Alright, coming at number 10, and this one came out in 2021. Now the reason I think this one got absolutely destroyed is because the bottle and all these are designers, by the way. Every single one. I think they're all available as far as I'm aware. But number 10 was this one, Paco Rabanne Phantom. Now obviously they've got the new release where it's got the cargo ones, but apparently it's just the same fragrance, so I'm not going to do that. But the bottle clearly rubbed people up the wrong way. Now initially again I was like, what are you doing, Paco Rabanne? And then I smelt it and I thought, do you know what? It's not as bad as I think. And I smelled it and I gave it a bit of awareness. So some of this stuff is in here. Some lavender, very much on the top. It's very heavy on the lavender. But it's got some smoke, some apple, some vetiver, and a bit of vanilla in it. And over time, it's not the most amazing fragrance, but it's a very wearable fragrance. It's one of those ones, you could almost don't reach for this one, and you will wear it in pretty much any situation, and you will be fine. It's one of those ones where you think, oh, you look at if maybe you've got a few fragrances and you've got maybe this one and you're just thinking, I just don't know what to wear, and you're a bit bored of maybe Dior Sauvage. This is kind of an alternative to like the blue fragrances. This is a nice one to have in your arsenal where you just want to smell a little bit different, a bit more classy. I mean, don't get me wrong, blue fragrances can be classy, but I just think when you've got vetiver in it and the way they've done the lavender in this, it's a really nice fragrance. It's really underrated. People absolutely trash it for the bottle, and I completely understand that, but the scent itself is actually pretty decent. So my number 10, Paco Rabanne Phantom. Alright, coming in at number 9, this one came out in 2014, and one of the older, this is a flanker off the original, and the one that most people will know is called Drakkar Noir. Now this one is called Drakkar Essence, and this one I got it in because I love Drakkar Noir. I think it's great. And this one came in and I was like, I don't get this. What's this all about? I don't really understand it. And then what I've done is I've realised it's the freshened up version of Drakkar. And actually, now I would probably take this over Drakkar Noir. Drakkar Noir is great, don't get me wrong, but I prefer this over it. So this has got mint and some grapefruit straight away off the back, so it gives it a nice pop and it's nice velvetiness. But then when it goes to sage, the woods, it goes a little bit darker. It's great for all year round, and that's another good thing about it. And it's got some musk and some tonka in it, and that gives it a nice sweetness and finishes it all off. It's a nice composition. No one talks about this fragrance. I don't know why. It is a great little number. Maybe it's getting harder to find, I'm not sure. Maybe discounters aren't selling it as much, but if you find a bottle of this, it's a right little handy one to have in your arsenal, just when you want to smell a little bit different to everyone else. Great little take on Drakkar. I really like this. The number 9 Drakkar Essence. Alright, coming in at number 8, and this one came out in 2009. And again, it's from a house I've said numerous times, it absolutely gets shredded because of the name. And all because of one fragrance that came out in 1988, which is Cool Water, and so it's Davidoff. But this is Hot Water. And everyone, I've got it in first time, and I was like, what's all this about? And I couldn't understand it. I was like, I really couldn't understand it. And then I went, and over time, I've kind of understood how spices work in a fragrance, and that's what this has. So it's got basil and paprika, which the paprika in it is the bit that probably flew me off. But basically, fall and winter, and you want to smell very unique. This is a vintage bottle, obviously, with the black sides. The new one's got clear sides, so if you can find a vintage bottle, better for you. But then it's also got some patchouli, some benzoin and some Starex, and it smells amazing. Colder the day, the better this works. Like dead the cold of winter, you put this on, I will guarantee you people will go, what are you wearing? Because they will not smell this sort of fragrance at the moment because it's just not in style. And that's fine, and I'm sure probably in 5-10 years it might be back in style. I don't know, that's how fragrances work, it's how things work. But this one is a right little number. I think it was ahead of its time, and that's what people don't realise. But you can still buy these. I think the clear side the vintage bottles are a bit hard to find, but this one's a great number. Number 8, Davidoff Hot Water. Alright, coming at number 7, and this one came out in 2019. It's from a house that is known more for clothes than it is for its fragrances, but this is from the house of Zara, and it's fresh sandalwood. Now, when I got this, I was like, what? I didn't understand it. I was like, it was just too basic for me, and I didn't grasp what it was all about. And when I thought, well, when am I ever going to wear this? It's just too basic. But that's the beauty of it. It's so simple that it makes it work. So it's got bergamot, sandalwood, and some musk in it. And because it's so simple and it works pretty much all year round, it's what makes it so unique and brilliant. So fresh sandalwood is very much you can wear anytime. It's an office-friendly fragrance. It doesn't cost a lot on my leg, which is good news. And I think it just smells nice, clean, classy, and just does what it needs to do. It's not going to be like in your face. It's more like a subtle waft that goes past, and that's what I like about this one. So number 7, fresh sandalwood by Zara. Alright, coming in number 6, and this one came out in the late 90s, and again it was one of those fragrances that I smelt. I was like, what is it all about? I didn't really understand it, and this is called Kenzo Jungle. Now this one, the bottle's crazy. This look like a zebra, but it's mad. So this one is very much of the 90s. It had a lot of notes in it. Things like cinnamon, lemon, nutmeg. It's very spicy. Some carnation, some cedar in it. And again, it's a woody, slightly aromatic one. Very nice actually. The older I'm getting, the more I'm liking these aromatic, woody, slightly spicy fragrances. When I first got it, I was like, well, what is this all about? But as like I said, as I go on older, I kind of appreciate things a little bit more as you age, and this one is definitely one I like. Cooler weather kind of works better for this one. Say fall to spring, winter will be fine in, but summer I kind of don't go for this one. It's a bit too much for the summer, especially if it's a really hot day. You want to go for more lighter citrus ones, but otherwise, great scent, still available, and it's not too pricey either. So Kenzo Jungle is my number 6. Alright, coming at number 5, and this one came out a few years ago. Now this is still available, but for how much longer I don't know. There is still bottles about, and it's from the house of Prada. It's Luna Rossa Black. Now they got rid of Extreme, which I'm gutted about because it's an amazing scent. But this one, it's got a very good comparison to Van Cleef & Arpels, but this is a darker version of this, and Bulgari Black, which is like the hockey puck, which I've got both of. I do actually like these sort of scents now. It's funny how, like, you lose these things and now also you gravitate towards them more. But this has got a really nice bergamot, patchouli, angelica, some amber in it. It's a great scent. It's got some leathery touches in there. Not too heavy, but it's slightly mysterious in the way it comes off. Great for fall and winter, perfect for the evening time. Again, I'm really happy to have a 100ml bottle of this. I'm probably never going to get through this, but that's fine. It's going to be in my collection. And to be honest with you, pick a bottle up. If you can't get a bottle, try and sample it, because this one will be one that you will gravitate towards. It's like Van Cleef & Arpels was like 20 quid. I didn't get it at the time and I didn't know about it. But this one is definitely worth trying to get under. If you can get it around 70 quid, that's a pretty good deal. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to pick that up for this price. So my number 5 is Prada Luna Rossa Black. Alright, coming at number 4, and this one again was a really weird one. It was a cheapy, hyped beast when I first started against the fragrances, and for good reason. And I was like, let's just see what it's about, because it was only 20 quid a pop, so I thought, it doesn't matter. And to start with, I was like, what is this? It's Salvatore Ferragamo F Black, and I didn't really get this one to start with, but now I really do. It is very peppery. I'm not going to lie to you, this has got some oomph on it. It has got some serious attitude on it. It's a great little number. Again, still around about 20 quid at the moment, 20, 25 quid. This one has a lot of things that I like. So lavender, apple, pepper, which is a really nice, sexy start to a fragrance. Best for fall and winter. And then you've also got some coriander, some tonka in it, nice sweetness underneath. It works really well. I love this one. And again, you can find this pretty much everywhere. It's one of those ones that if you might be younger than 25, you might not want to go into, but the older you get, the more you'll think, wow, you'll smell like $1,000,000 for 20 quid. It's an absolute steal. So number 4, Salvatore Ferragamo F Black. All right, we're going back into the 90s for number 3. And again, this one was a weird one for me. I didn't really get this one, but like I say, as the older I get, the more I understand it. And this is from the house of Jaipur, and this is the EDP. This one again is very rich. I've got the EDT, but the EDT was really like, this is a heavy hitter. This one, it's got lemon and lemon verbena straight off the. It is very citrusy fresh to start with, which is really, really nice. But then you go into some cinnamon, some nutmeg and woods. Again, it gets a little bit darker, and I think the thing I'm liking about this is the fact that it's got very different complexity. It's different from the start to mid to the dry down, which is what I really, really like. A little bit of vanilla as well in the base. Nice little sweetness in there. Just rounds it off beautifully. Again, I'm really happy with this. This is not expensive either. This is runs you about 30 quid, 35 quid for a 100ml bottle. Again, it's not expensive, but the older you are, the more you'll appreciate this one. So number 3, Jaipur Homme EDP. Alright, coming at number 2, and this one came out in 2009, and it's from one of my favourite houses, and I didn't quite get it. It's a unisex offering, and it's from Tom Ford. It's white suede. This one, really, it's very, very subtle, but it's still got something to it. And this one has got like thyme, tea, some suede, sandalwood, and some amber in it. And it's, again, it's not like a beast mode fragrance. It's more closely to your skin. It's definitely when you want to be a little bit different to everyone else, and you want to have that sort of edge over everyone. This one does it for me. It's really nice. Again, very simple to wear. I would probably wear it spring and autumn mainly. I think it's one of those ones where the neutral weather suits us better. If it's too hot, it'll just kill it. If it's too cold, well, I don't know if it will kill it, but I just think spring and autumn, this one will work brilliantly for you. Again, didn't really understand it to start with, but now absolutely love it. Tom Ford White Suede. Coming at number 1, which I really, the first time I smelt this, I was like, what the hell is this? This one came out in 1997, and this is the one that from this house that no one ever talks about. The other one talks about is Fahrenheit, Sauvage, Eau Sauvage, but this one is Dior Dune. Dune, whichever one you want to call it. But it's that fig leaf. It's straight away pronounced, straight away. It is a very green fragrance. It's not your typical fragrance that you go, oh yeah, well this is what you normally. This is for the person who's probably getting somewhere in life, and it's got some beautiful notes of rose, sandalwood as well, cedar, tonka and vanilla. It's so beautifully executed. No one really talks about, I've only seen probably Joy Min talk about this one. No one else talks about this. This is perfect spring and autumn weather. I reckon you probably could pull this off most of the year, to be honest. I think those two would be the main times that I would gravitate towards more this. It's a bit more neutral and it works best in those situations. But otherwise, this one is an absolute underrated gem. I think everyone who is into fragrances might want to try this one. It's still about, it's not, I don't think it's been discontinued, but it's getting a little tiny bit harder to find. Again, you're going to run it about 70 quid. Try this one. It is definitely for the older guy, and it's definitely one that I really didn't like first, but now I love. Number 1, Dior Dune. Right, so there you have it, 10 fragrances I didn't like to start with, but now I absolutely love. So there's a message here. Just because you don't like something straight away, doesn't mean you don't like it over time. I think because we're humans and we evolve, you want to just smell something, maybe go back to it in about 6 months time, go back to it in a year's time. Even if you've got fragrances that you don't like right now, give it time, you might love it in anyway. As always, my scent of the day, and I went with this little bad boy from Atelier des Arts, Musc Immortal. I love these bottles. I love the fact it's got gold glitter in it. It looks really cool. And so yeah, really nice fragrance. So as always, let me know what your scent of the day is. And if you want a top 10 list, a fragrance review or a question, please hit me in the comments. Thank you so much for everyone's support. I appreciate all of you. As always, I'm on Instagram with fun with fragrances. And as always, you absolute legends smell amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.